Let me just describe like even landscape to you. Because if I had to describe the Coast Range to someone that's never seen it before and had never been here before, how would I describe that? You go from ocean to rainforest to high alpine to glaciers. It's like lifetimes worth of adventures. There's so many places that people will never go. You can walk through the Coast Range and you have feelings that no human may have ever walked here before, or no human might ever walk here again.
You can be in the backcountry within 60 minutes from Vancouver, which is incredible. I mean, you're incredibly lucky that you can access that kind of terrain that quickly. But on the flip side, there's a lot of risk involved in that. It's almost like we have a little microclimate here where things can change very rapidly.
There's a ton of unexplored stuff. It's not that safe, and there's something very real about that. And so I think already we just inherit a very high commitment level for what's expected. You can't half-ass it. I've talked about this a bunch before with people. I don't think Arcteryx could have been created anywhere else. It couldn't have happened if it was a 6-hour drive away. It had to be close. Because ultimately, the founding design spirit, those people were doing it anyway. They were in the mountains, and the only way to actually build the right gear was to build a company that could do it, and do it in the environments that you needed it for. You can't separate those two.
One of the things with being located here right on the Coast Mountains, you can literally move outside our backyard here. You get humid forest conditions, you get rocky outcroppings. We have mountain trails, mountain peaks. You've got really tough environment to go and test product in.
Yeah, just testing out a couple different gator materials.
Cool.
A couple different instep materials. So if you guys want to give those a whirl, probably want to wear some base layer out today because it's negative 14. Right now we're kicking off fall 20, so just kind of thinking future concepts, just really early rough prototypes just to see how they work out there.
Having the mountains 20 minutes away means that each time we iterate and make changes, we can put that into the playground very fast. And then we can make changes and then iterate again and get that back out again.
It's really important that you can actually experience the product in the environment that it's being designed for. I think that's where some of the best concepts come from is you just see these issues when you're using the product, or you get really frustrated with something that's getting in the way. The goal is to eliminate all those barriers, or if you're not really focusing on the product at all.
Nice, Riley. Woo-hoo.
Good work.
It's really interesting to see how the designers' minds work and to kind of bounce ideas off them as an athlete.
And I like the internal pocket, like that mesh is
The mesh one, not the secure one.
You can see the gear develop over the years based on the fact that they're so easily accessible to test right here in the Coast Range.
I think we push our athletes to think outside the box, which creates this really creative environment that we wouldn't have if we were just sitting in an office. And I think nurturing that, we're able to come up with ideas that they wouldn't normally have thought of, which gets me super excited.
We've got deep relationships with men and women that are working in the mountains every day who are really punishing their gear. And the fact that we can prototype stuff, we can get it on their backs and get real world validation of how things are working is super important.
I mean, I want to wear the best product I can out here because this can make the difference between life and death. And people can laugh at that, but when you're stuck in very poor weather in a situation with someone that's injured, that gear is going to save your life if it's good.
I think it's really important that you have gear that you can trust when you're in the mountains. Here in the Coast Range, we have very extreme weather, and the product that Arcteryx develops is a direct reflection of its proximity to the mountains here in this area.
No one can tell you how hard it is to spend a night out without proper equipment. You just have to go and do that yourself. Then you realize that the stuff you thought was good actually sucks. You gotta come back here and you gotta build something that's gonna work for that. All the good concepts, all the good ideas for good equipment don't come from our design center. They come from being in the mountains. The design center is where the things get built, but all of the inspiration, all of the needs that need to be solved are born out in the mountains.